Hello everyone, welcome back to Knowledge Bytes. And today's episode we are going to learn about the Amazon Bedrock. Before dive into the concept what Amazon Bedrock is, how it is useful and how we can build the applications using the Amazon Bedrock, we will see the demo first and we will understand how we built the application, Chatbot application, how it works based on the Amazon Bedrock and how we implemented what are the components is behind these chatbots. So let's get into the application. So now, as you know, we have built our the Knowledge Bytes application, Knowledge Bytes the website, and it is live now. You can access using the knowledgebytes.info. And now, so I am going to show one of the demo which is built with the Amazon Bedrock. So now if you look at this the chatbot icon, ask AI. If you click on here, so you will see the chatbot icon. So where it says that it's a knowledge bytes AI answering grounded in our learning library. So this is the chatbot which is built for learning our training programs. So that's where I have built it for. So what it is going to give the answers, what it is not giving the answers, how it is getting restricted, how it is built, and what are the components its work, and that's where we are going to dive deep into the conceptual wise. Before that, we will see the demo and we will get into the concepts. So now this is a chatbot. So how I build the chatbot, I'll explain you with a step-by-step process. Before that, if you look at this one, there is a chatbot. It says that I'm just typing that what are the episodes, right? Or episodes available. I'm just giving the simple prompt. So I'm just asking the simple question. So when I send it, it says that, okay, if you look at this, it is searching the content, right? So it is the searching the content and so finally it gave the answers. So behind the scenes, so how it gets searched the content and how it knows that it's about the episode and what are the episode, so how we are divided into this episode, this is the contents, so how we feed them and how we learn, given this data. So it's based on the PDF files or based on the text files or CSV data. So how we feed them, how we store the data into S3 buckets, how it is interacting with the S3 buckets and how it is getting the data, that's where we are going to learn. So if you look at this one, so the episodes are available. We ask the simple question, says that what are the episodes available? Then it gives that the episodes are available the following episode, right? So episode 20, 30. So all the details, the episode 20 is about the foundation models. So it gave us all the episode, right? Isn't it? So okay. So now, so these data we have fed the AI model. So we have given this data, because of that it gave the answer. But let's take, if you look at these two resources, we have given these resources. Even if you click this resource, you are seeing this, right? The all the content. So that's where we given this data to the AI, right? So now, if you look at this, the knowledge by Bedrock demo.s3.amazon, Amazon, right? AWS.com. So that's where and training documents. That way, we store this document, PDF document into the S3, and how we can create the S3 buckets and how we can store the data and how we can sync it. And that's where how we can build the knowledge bases and how it will interact with the fundamental models, foundation models. So we will deep dive into the upcoming episodes, right? So now if you look at this one, this is reading from the S3 buckets. So I'll show you how we can create the S3 buckets and all. So now, so if you look at this one, so we asked the simple question saying that, So what are the episodes are available? This, and then it gave the answers. But if you look at that, if I ask something different question, which is related to the guardrail, right? So meaning, so have restricted data, which is for safeguards. So I don't want to share my personal information. That I restricted the restricted the model, saying that okay, you should not give the personal information like bank details. So give me bank details, or else give me simply email id, right? So I'm just asking the give me email id, which I restricted, saying that okay, email id is a, we should not share the email id. So this is the restricted content. That's why it says that okay, I could not find any email id in the provided knowledge byte sources. The sources only outlined a list of topics. That's where it mentioned, right? So now, even if I ask, give me phone number, right? So again, it says that okay, it won't give the answer because I have restricted that in the right. And same way, what is next episode? So this is where it is not restricted, right? So what is next episode? It gives the answer saying that okay, what is the next episode, right? And also if I ask what is the episode, let's take 25 content, right? So if I ask this question, it will give the details what we are going to cover in the episode 24. That's where it gives. But when you ask the phone number or email id, it didn't give the email id or phone number, isn't it? So why? Because we have given the given the instructions in the guardrail. So I'll show you how guardrails will be created. I'll show you what are the foundation models we can select, and how S3 buckets will be created, how we can store the data, and how APIs can be created, say everything, how gateways can be created. So everything I can show you step by step. Okay.
At heart of our chatbot is Amazon Bedrock. But what exactly is Amazon Bedrock? Amazon Bedrock is fully managed AWS service that enables developers to build and scale generative AI applications using foundation models through the managed APIs. Now the words fully managed are extremely important, right? Why? Because traditionally running large AI models required significant infrastructure. Organizations have to provide GPU servers, install softwares, configure networkings, and monitor performance and manage scalings and patch operating systems, right? So, and also continuously monitoring these all the environments. So that takes time. So it requires specialized expertise and it increases operational costs, right? So Amazon Bedrock removes much of that complexity. Instead of managing infrastructure, developers simply choose a foundation model, write prompts, connect enterprise data, apply security controls, and integrate the responses into their applications. So AWS takes care of everything underlying infrastructures. That means you can focus on solving business problems instead of managing GPU clusters. Another major strength of Amazon Bedrock is model choice. Different models have different strengths. Some of the models are reasoning, so optimized for reasoning, right? So some generate the images, some specialize for embeddings, some support multi-model inputs, and as of the Bedrock model catalog evolves, the organization can evaluate and select the models which is the best suit for their business requirement, right? So, and it also provides the powerful capabilities like knowledge bases for retrieval augmented generation, and we have seen that guardrail for the responsible AI and prompt engineering, model evaluations, and also the agent technologies, right? So these services allow organizations to build enterprises ready AI applications much faster. And throughout today's episode, every one of these capabilities will connect back to the chatbot we demonstrated a few minutes ago. So it so if someone asks you what is Amazon Bedrock, remember this simple definition. Amazon Bedrock is AWS fully managed service for building generative AI applications using foundation models. right? Now, so before we dive deeper into the Amazon Bedrock, let's first understand what we are going to achieve by end of today's episode, right? So now let's understand that by the end of this today's episode, you should be able to confidently explain Amazon Bedrock in simple languages, right? The most importantly, you are preparing for AWS certified AI practitioner certifications. So if you are preparing for that, so then you should also be able to recognize Amazon Bedrock in scenario based exam questions, right? So we will understand why Bedrock is called a fully managed service, and we will learn how applications securely communicate with the foundation model, that is the guardrails part, and we will explore why choosing the right model matters, and we will understand retrieval-augmented generation through a knowledge bases, and we will see how guardrail help organizations build safer AI applications, and also we will also discuss agent technologies, enterprises integrations, and pricing considerations and real world use cases, right? So throughout this episode, I want you to keep asking yourself one simple question. So which part of our chatbot did we build, and which part did AWS build for us, right? So, and once you understand that distinction, so Amazon Bedrock becomes much easier to understand, right? Now that we know our learning objectives, let's understand how Amazon Bedrock actually fits into our generative AI applications, right? So let's understand this. What is Amazon Bedrock? So understand overall architectures using very simple examples, right? Imagine you are building an AI powered customer support chatbot, right? Like we built a chatbot, right? We built for the training details, right? The same way, your applications, when you build this one, so your application receives that request. So when the customer is asking the question, your application receives the request, right? Instead of communicating directly with the foundation model hosted on your own server, so your application securely invokes the Amazon Bedrock using an API. So that's where we will learn so how APIs are going to be. And now here is an important point. Your applications specifies which foundation models or inference profile it wants to use. Amazon Bedrock then securely sends the request to that model. The foundation model processes the prompt, generate a response, and Amazon Bedrock returns the results back to your application. Finally, your application displays the response to the users. So notice what didn't happen. So we didn't create GPU servers. We didn't deploy large AI models. We didn't configure model serving infrastructures, and AWS manages all that behind the scenes, right? As a developers, our responsibility is to build the applications, select the appropriate model, connect our business data, and design a secure solution. Amazon Bedrock manages the complexity of basically serving foundation models at this scale, right? So this is one of the biggest reason why organizations can adapt generative AI much faster using the Amazon Bedrocks. Now, one of the questions students are asking frequently, right? So how is Amazon Bedrock different from the Amazon SageMaker? So remember this. The answer is actually very simple, right? Amazon SageMaker provides a broader machine learning platform for building and training and deploying machine learning models with a greater infrastructure control. Amazon Bedrock is specifically designed for building generative AI applications using managed foundation models and related capabilities such as knowledge bases and the guardrails. So whenever you see exam questions mentioning like foundation models or managed APIs or generative AI applications, just simply remember that Amazon Bedrock should be immediately comes to your mind, right? So now get into the demo. So in details, how we are going to demonstrate in the details. And even in upcoming videos, we are going to deep dive into each section part, right? So now let's get into the details part.
Yeah, as we discussed, we are going to deep dive into the each section, how we are going to create the Amazon S3 buckets, or how it is looks like the Amazon Bedrock, the how what are the options are available under the Bedrock. So how we can create the lambdas and IAM roles and everything, right? So look at this one. So when I landed to this one, you usually see the different regions. You can select the region, and once you select the region, so you can search the Amazon Bedrock. When you search the Amazon Bedrock, yes, so then you will land it to the Amazon Bedrock option. From left side, you will see different options, right? So you can go to the you can read this all the content overview about the Amazon Bedrock. And if you look at this model catalog, right, so you can see different foundation models. What are the foundation models are available for the under the Amazon Bedrock? So if you look at this, so there are models, many models, right? These are the top models. It is filtered with the most popular models. The Cloud Opus and the Cloud Sonnet are different models, right? If you scroll down, you can see Llama, you can see many other models, Amazon Nova Sonic, Nova 2 Lite, and there are different models, right? Also, you can filter with them. So AI 21 Lab, these are the two models are available. And from the Amazon, there are 14 models are available, right? The Anthropic. So if you look at this Anthropic, there are 13 models are available. The same way, so you can choose the models. So this is about the model catalog, right? So next one, the API keys. So how we can create the API keys, I can teach you. So this is the how where we are going to use the API keys. So that's where we are going to learn about in upcoming videos. Now, see, if you look at this one, text test, it's a playground. So how we are going to select the model and how we are going to play with them. For example, we have built the Amazon, the Nova 2 Lite. This is a model where we are selecting. And if I select this one, if you look at here, so if I search something, right? Test, I'm just running something because we already tested with this one. I'm selecting something and just trying it out. So it gives the answer, how it works, the Nova. The same way we can test it out other things. And the tokenizations, right? Tokenizer. And if you look at this one, this is the batch interface, inference, and different options, right? The same way, we are not going to learn everything, but we are mostly going to learn about the how the model catalog looks like, and how we are which model is going to be selected, and how we are going to create the knowledge bytes. That's where we are going to learn today. And if you look at this knowledge bases, so I have created one of the knowledge base. That's where we seen in the demo, right? So if you look at this one, how we can create the knowledge base, right? There are different the options. So what is the managed knowledge bases and self-managed knowledge bases, which is under the self-managed knowledge bases. You can see this unstructured vector store or structured data store, different options, right? So right now we have created one managed knowledge base, which is the knowledge bytes. So by selecting the options, we can create that. And let me show you what we created this one, right? So once we create the knowledge bytes, not knowledge base, so we have to give the data store. And also I'll tell you how we can create the data source, right? So this is the data source which we created for our demo. And from the data source, we can give, this is the S3 buckets. So first of all, it will take it from the S3 buckets. If you look at this one, this is the S3 buckets. It is reading the data, and from there the data source will be created. And once the data source is created, and we can associate this data source with the knowledge base, right? So that's how the knowledge base is. I'll show you that how we are going to create the knowledge bases in details, but I'm just showing that the options. Okay, now next one. So if you look at this one, guardrail, how we can create the guardrails, right? So the guardrails, I have given created one guardrail for our the our demo. So this is knowledge bytes guardrail. So we can create the guardrails by using this option. So if you look at this one, the guardrail. So what guardrail is the one which is the safeguard the application, right? So we can restrict the harmful content. We restrict the private data. So everything, right? There are many options how we can restrict this. So if you look at this one, I have given one few options. If you go to that guardrail, so harmful content, it is enabled. It won't, it will block the harmful contents, right? So, and if you, yeah, sexual, the content, it will filter it out. And if you look at violence, it will be filter it out, or misconduct, it will be filter it out, right? The same way, we can also customize this. So, right. So if you denial operations, so I have given this one, the political, the topics, it will be denied. If you ask any political questions, it will be denied. And if you look at this one, sensitive information, I have given restriction for email address, bank account, and phone number. That's why when we search with the phone number, email address, you can't see the answer for them. Though it has the data, you can't get it the answers. That's where we have seen it, right? So now these are the guardrails. So we are going to see the guardrails in details and soon. And now look at this one. So I'm going back to the options. So now the guardrails is the one which is, and next one we can also look at to the how we can create the S3 bucket, right? So let me go back to the home page. So how we can create the S3 buckets. So let's show me that. So this is out. See, this is the S3 bucket. So here, if you search the S3, so I just selected from the recent topic, but you can search with the S3 and you can get into that, right? So this is one of the S3 bucket I just created for today's demo, right? So now if you get into that, so this is where we can create the folders and we can upload the whatever the files you just wanted to upload. It could be the text file or CSV file or PDF, whatever. So I just uploaded one of the PDF where we are seeing the resources, right? So this is a PDF I just uploaded and the text file I just uploaded. So based on these text files and PDF, so it will gather the information, right? And the same way, let me go back to the home page again. So how we can create the lambda? So what is the lambda? Lambda, how the business logic can be executed through the lambda. That's where we are going to deep dive into the next few slides, right? So this is one of the lambda function I have just created. See, if you look at this one, so the lambda functions are the one which we can put it our business logic, and based on the triggering points it will trigger and it will execute certain logic and the business functions, business the business logic, right? So that's where, so it has the many triggering points and permissions, and the if you look at this code part, right? If you go to the code, so we can write our code, we can put our logic, business logic here in the code, right? So let me go to that and let me show you that code, right? It's okay. If you edit this, yeah, see, yeah, if you look at this one, the code, but we can write our business logic here, right? The same way, so we can create the lambdas, right? So, and let me go back. So one more. So we have seen the S3 bucket, and we have seen the guardrail, and the we have seen the our, yeah, we will look into the IAM. So how IAM role work, right? So how to create the IAM roles, I just how to create the policies. If you look at this one, I just created one of the policy, one of the roles, right? This is the one of the role knowledge base roles I have just created. So that's how you can give the permissions and you can put the different policies, right? So if you look at this one, I just create there are many default policies, right? So that's how we are going to deep dive into the we will learn about the Amazon Bedrock in details in the upcoming slides, right?